Secondly, it's also essential to follow a good diet if you want to get jacked. And that is going to be the second thing. It's very rare that I see a guy who's in top physical shape complaining about how hard it is to meet girls.
Oh, I'm so happy someone said it. I'm so happy someone said it. Yo, what's happening, brothers? Hope you're well. It's your boy JP. I've got a special one for you today. So one of the subscribers, one of the subscriber brothers, he asked me to react to a video from Alex Vilnichuk from Playing with Fire, where he breaks down how to calculate your sexual market value and how to increase it as well. So I'm going to react to that, give my take on it. I haven't seen this before, so this is going to be a first time watch. So what sexual market value is, as you know, as the name suggests, is how valuable you are in the sexual market. So obviously on the top of the sexual market chain, you've got people like David Beckham, Idris Elba, Drake, Chris Brown, Trey Songz, people like Simeon Panda, things like that, and then, or Mike Thurston. And at the other end, you've got like a homeless, short, fat, bald bum, homeless man on the street. Yeah. And then you got, and then obviously it's a case of ranking where you are in that. So obviously, you know, me, kind of pushing the whole Max Theory agenda. We're all trying to get to that top sexual market value, yeah? So this involves, obviously, we're going to go through it, but, the way I see it, it's about looks, it's about your charisma, personality. Obviously you've got things like height, ethnicity to some extent, depending on the woman that you are interested in. Does that make sense? So these all play a factor. So anyway, let's go straight into it, and then I'm going to break it down. And yeah, let's have some fun.
What's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to break down how you calculate and maximize your sexual market value. If you're not familiar with this term, basically stands for how attractive you are to the opposite sex. Now, fair warning, this topic is a bit controversial. Unfortunately, the truth can be harsh and even unfair at times, but I'm not going to try to sugarcoat this. I'm just going to lay it out for you guys the way it is. So if you're an SJW who gets triggered easily, then you probably want to exit out of this video. But if you're ready for the red pill, then enjoy.
Ooh, ready for the red pill. Interesting. I thought he was talking about the black pill. But yeah, I'm kind of tired of these pills, but it's just interesting to hear these philosophies anyway. But okay. And it's interesting, this is coming from Alex is like a dating coach, but he specializes more with online, like Tinder and how to get girls off apps. And, a lot of guys, I think his stuff is pretty good. I've checked his stuff. It makes sense. But yeah, let's just get straight into it.
Alright, so let's start off by going over how you can calculate your current sexual market value. I'll put together a nice little table for you guys, broken up into 6 categories. Basically what you do is you go through...
Damn! Alright, let's go through this. We've got race, height, face, body, tribe, fashion. And it's mad, I've actually gone through some of his stuff, so this is not new to me, but I just want to break this down. So white is +2, black is either +3 or +1, Latin +1, Middle Eastern 0.5, Asian, Indian 0. Which, I suppose it's not minus, it's just like, this is the points you get. And then you've got the height, you've got face, body, lean muscular, tribe, oh, okay, excited, professional, bad boy, cool, creative, nerd, goth, creep, fashion, GQ. Okay, so to max out, you either have to be white or black, you have to be over 6 foot, model looking face, lean muscular, good job, and fashion, and then you're maxed out. This is it, job video done. This is how to be maxed out. Oh dear. And I guess I'm laughing because he put black +3, I guess, but that's only to some women, I suppose. Like this is just way too generic, but let's get into it. But it's funny, before we get into it, there's a lot of these you can prove on. Okay, skin color, okay, race you can't, height, well, technically you can if you want to pay the money for it. You can actually do small things like wear height increasing insoles. So I've got a pair of boots. I'm like 6 foot, I'm 5'11". A lot of my close friends when we go out, they're actually like 6'2", 6'3". So I look short compared to my friends. So my friends are towering over me, they're towering over the girls, and I look at my friends, I look at the girls, and it's just not a good look. So I'm trying to even the playing field with those. I'm not sure how, I haven't worn them out yet, but I've bought them, so I might wear them. And yeah, and on the extreme end, you've got things like, so I wear the boots and the insole, so that gives me an extra, I can be like 6'2", 6'3" with those, without being so uncomfortable. And then on the extreme end, you've got things like bone smashing and, no, bone smashing, you've got some kind of surgery that they break your legs and include like pins or whatever to make you taller. I think that's way too invasive. It's a bit scary. I wouldn't advise that. Face, you can actually improve your face. So if you lose weight, you can improve your face. And things like skincare, a beard can, because I think I'm below average face, but with a couple of adjustments, I can get to handsome, yeah, personally. And with apps like Face App, I can get some model looking. But yeah, that's why, I'm getting a trim every week. Body, you know me already with the body, I'm trying to be +5 with this one. But yeah, you can work on your body, you can work on your career, and you can work on your fashion. So really and truly, no reason why you can't max out to very high levels, regardless of, let's say you're, according to this, you're, a short Asian, according to this anyway, and you're short fat, I'm saying if you're short Asian, you can, according to this, you can up levels. That's what I'm saying. All right, before I get into any more trouble, because I'm kind of doing the talking, I was kind of hoping he'd say all this and then I could just react. Let's just get back into it.
Each one and kind of pick what group you're in, add up all the points, and that will give you a ballpark more or less of what your sexual market value is at this very moment. Now, just because your current SMV is this, doesn't mean it has to be the same thing for the rest of your life.
Okay, let's do this. So what's mine? So, okay, let's put on a positive a girl that likes black guys. So a +3 for that. Height with the insoles, let's put a +5. Face with the app, I'm gonna put myself a 2.5. So what we got? 5, 7.5. Body, I've got to give myself that. 8.9, 10.5. Tribe, working towards the exciting professional. So, and I can always sell the dream as well. So 12.5 in fashion. So I'm giving myself 13, 14. Not to sound arrogant, but I'm 30 now. I've been working on this since I was like 16. So damn right, all these years of work, I better have a high score. So what did I say? 13.5. So remember that as I press play.
A big theme you're going to notice throughout this video is I do believe that sexual market value is largely within your control if you're willing to take enough right action, at least within reason. So for example, a 2 is never going to become a 10, but he can become a 5, a 5 can become an 8, an 8 can become a 9.5, that sort of thing. These are also color-coded based on how much control you have over them. So for example, race you have no control over, and something like your body you have a lot of control over, and there's some things that are in the middle. And this will become more self-explanatory as we go through each one. So let's start off by going through, taking a look at the first one, which is race. So with
and also, and even though I give myself such a high score personally, not to, toot my own horn, but we're still gonna have bullshit with women. Me personally, I'm trying to up my game. I'm trying to up levels. I'm trying to understand women. I've recently been single as of, like October, November, December, January, like 4 months ago. So it's still relatively new for me, and I'm still like learning a lot of stuff again, learning new stuff, relearning old stuff. And yeah, in terms of romantic connection and charisma and just overall game, I can improve a lot. And once I do, oh my goodness, it's a madness. And you guys are gonna witness this firsthand, I promise.
There's two schools of thought that I see online in the pickup community versus that. It's 2020, man. People are colorblind. Race makes no difference. And unfortunately, that's just not the world we're living in. At the end of the spectrum, you have, race is huge. If you're this ethnicity, then you're pretty much fucked. You might as well settle for an arranged marriage. That's the best you're going to do. And that's also definitely not true. The truth lies somewhere in the middle. I would be lying to you guys if I said that, race plays no role in your dating success. It does play a role. Women, just people in general, have a subconscious, bias in their sexual preferences. That being said, it's not nearly as important as a lot of people make it out to be. You have no control over, what race you are and any of that shit. So why even think about it? It is what it is. This is what it is. But you can be successful. It doesn't matter what fucking ethnicity you are. I've seen guys who are Asian, Indian, who crush it with women. In fact, my business partner, Indian PE, is also, fucking Indian if you haven't figured out by the name. So you can fall into any category and still be successful. Just have to focus on the things that you actually have control over.
Yeah, I wouldn't really pay too much attention to the whole race thing. I don't know, man. Because obviously, even as an Asian guy, I guess he's talking from the perspective of white women, which is a bit funny because it's like, why are we putting white women so high? For me, my preference, I don't really have a type. I do like white women, I like black women, I like mixed women, I like Eastern European women, I like Latino women, and I do like Asian women as well, So very generic, I've seen Asian guys killing it, Indian guys killing it, with the swag and the sex appeal, so yeah, I'd say, I don't know, there's a thing called the race pill, which one friend on my Facebook tried to introduce me to, and I was like, do I really want to see this? And I saw it and I thought, this is pretty The guy was just, what was his name? The guy's name was King something, I can't remember. But basically he was just moaning about black women or something, I don't know. But anyway, let's get straight back into it.
After that, we got height. This is also going to play a difference. This is something that you don't have that much control over just because you were kind of born the height that you are. Blame your parents or thank your parents. And yes, it's going to be a lot easier for taller guys than it is for shorter guys. But it's not as completely, I would say, out of your control as races for several reasons. First off, if you're on the shorter side, you can get elevator shoes. I personally don't use them just because I'm like 5'11", 6 feet. But if I was 5'7", 5'8", I would definitely be wearing them to add an extra 2 inches, to my perceived height.
And I mentioned this, so yeah, we're on the same page.
The second thing you can do is when taking pictures, you want to be posing, next to people who are shorter than you or the same height as you. I think a mistake that a lot of short guys make is they take pictures with these tall ass motherfuckers, which will make them look even shorter by comparison. So this is kind of what girls, chubby girls do with angles. You're doing the same thing with your height.
Yes, and I mentioned this as well in terms of me hanging out with my tall friends and they're just towering over me and the women, which makes them look even more tall and powerful, and it's not a good look.
I don't see anything wrong with that as long as you're not straight up lying. Then we got your face. So this is also one that you have some level of control over, but not a lot. Yes, you have our genetics that we're born with, but there's a lot of things you can do as well. Like get to single digits body fat. That will make all your facial features look a lot sharper. Eating a clean diet so that you have clean skin, and if you have any pores or acne or something is off, you use products, and then having a nice tan that also will make your features pop a lot more. So if you do all 4 of these things, you can improve your face by a noticeable amount.
Also, if you wear glasses, stop wearing glasses, wear contact lenses, or get laser eye surgery. I've been wearing glasses for years. In my relationship, I got comfortable, and then out of it, it was just like, whoa, like I'm just messing myself up here. So it was a challenge to get the contacts in, to get them fitted and put them in and out, but amazing choice.
It's very rare that you see a fat guy who has a handsome face. Almost never happens. And again, getting to single digits body fat is going to be huge when it comes to how good your facial features look. Then we got your body. This one you have a large amount of degree of control over. Yes, some people have better genetics than others. For some people, it's a lot easier to get jacked than it is for others. I actually fall into the category. It's really hard for me to put on weight and muscle because I just have extremely ectomorphic genetics.
Stop making excuses, Alex. Come see me. Let's do this. I've got other coaches I'm helping to get in shape. Stop with the excuses. There's a couple of things I'm sure you're doing wrong. Let's get you in there. Let's get you lifting heavier. Let's get you eating different foods. Like, I'm here for you, Alex. We've been talking. Well, I reached out to you and we've been chatting. You're waiting for me to get to 1K subscribers, and then we're going to do a video. I'm ready when you are, brother. Like, let's get this done. And I'm here to help you and everyone else in the community. I'm the community fitness guy. Yeah, just saying.
But again, you don't want to use that as an excuse. You have the cards that you were dealt with. Now, what are you going to do about it is the question. So with enough effort, persistence, I think anyone can get to the point where they look pretty fucking ripped, if they're just doing enough time passes and taking enough right action. Then we got your tribe. So this one, needs a little bit of an explanation. Your tribe is basically, if a girl looks at you, maybe talks to you for 30 seconds, what category does she think you fall into? Would she describe you as a, starving artist, a drug addict, a druggie, whatever, or a, successful businessman? Like, what kind of group does it look like you fall into?
Okay, so I got this wrong. So maybe I'll knock myself down half a notch and probably the bad boy category, the fuck boy category. Yeah, I guess that's me. Definitely not the average guy. Brothers, none of you should be average, yeah? None of you.
So this is kind of like a culmination of all the other categories and also a little bit about how you carry yourself. So first we got exciting professional. So this would be something like, like a Christian Grey type of person. You own a successful business. You have a lot of flexibility with your life. Maybe you're a doctor or a pilot, some cool job that girls get excited about that seems high value and allows you to live a cool lifestyle. Then after that, we got bad boy. So this would be like kind of like Hank Moody in Californication. You basically, you drive a motorcycle. You're just kind of like an all-around badass. After that, we got creative musician. So this would be something like, you're a producer or you play in a band or something like that. Now, if your band is very successful and you're famous, then that automatically bumps you up to exciting professional. But if you're a creative, artist that no one really knows about, then you fall into this category. Then we got your average guy. So this is essentially if a girl looks at you, talks to you and thinks, yeah, he's just your average guy. Then you fall into this category. And then we got nerd, goth, and creep. So this is when your tribe is actively working against you. If a girl looks at you and thinks you just play World of Warcraft all day, have no friends, or you look kind of creepy and look like you're about to commit a mass shooting, then you fall into this category. After that, we got your fashion. So this is the category I could personally use the most amount of work in. I would probably put myself in the average category, maybe stylish and trendy on my good days, and on my bad days, I probably am kind of like a slob. So, you don't want to dress ghetto. You don't want to wear like weird outfits that were cool in the 90s, but no one gives a shit about anymore. You kind of want to stay up to date with the latest fashion. And this is one that you have a lot of control over. It's pretty easy to fix. If you have no fashion sense, then go out with an attractive girl, someone who has good taste, or your gay best friend, and fucking have them, pick out outfits for you. And there's a lot of YouTubers that also have good information on this.
Gay best friend. Okay, so GQ. Okay, let me knock that down a notch. Actually, yeah. So when it says GQ, I can imagine like someone wearing the finest threads. You know, the designer labels. You know, Rolex. You know, iced out this and that, like Louboutins. You know, Alexander McQueen and all these brands that I don't even know about. So yeah, so I'd say more stylish, trendy, and then, you know, but once I max out the career, you know, I'm definitely investing in that. I'm not one of those guys to be like, oh, why pay for £1,000 worth of shoes? Like, people will notice that, and that'll make life a lot easier for you. I'm not one of those people, but you know, that's something I can develop, and there's nothing wrong with it. If you got it, then flaunt it, in my opinion. As long as you got enough to look after your family and everything like that and sort out the essentials, then yeah, treat yourself.
Also in the product, we actually have a bonus chapter that was written by a style consultant, you know, all about fashion. So you can check that out as well if you're a member of the mastermind. So as a little example, let's calculate my personal current sexual market value. So race, I'm white, that's 2 points. Then we got height, somewhere between 5'11" and 6 feet, that's another point. So
Who created this chart anyway? I want to know who created this chart and for what woman? Like, cause yeah, like there's certain cultures in Africa, for example, where having a big belly is more attractive because it looks like you're well fed and well paid. So we're assuming he's talking about Stacey. This is Stacey. If you want to be attractive to Stacey and Joanne from, you know, white middle class America, or in London, white middle class London, this is the levels you need to be hitting. But on a general consensus, it kind of applies, yeah? But don't take it too personally. I'm just having fun. I don't know how much fun he's having with it, but if you're going for Stacey, yeah, maybe you have to listen to this guy's advice with this.
That's 3. Face, obviously I'm model looking, that part is a no-brainer. I'm just kidding. I fall in the handsome category, so that would be another point. That's 4. Then body, as much as I would love to be in the same category as Daniel Craig, I'm definitely not there yet. You know, lean but lacks muscle describes me the best. That's another point there, so we got 5. Tribe, honestly, I oscillate somewhere between bad boy and average guy, so I'll give myself a point there. And then fashion, when I actually put in the work, like when I'm going on a date, I'm probably somewhere in stylish, trendy category, so that's 7. Which kind of makes sense because I definitely would consider myself a little bit above average, but I'm definitely not a full-on fucking Chad. Now, the interesting thing about this, though, as you kind of go through each category, you can see.
You only gave yourself a 7. What did I give myself? Maybe I should do this again. I can't bother. I'm sure you remember my score. Did you give yourself a 7? Okay, let's do a more humble one. Okay, so let's give yourself my score 2 plus 1, 3, and then let's say handsome 4, body 5, 6, 7, then bad boy 8.5, fashion 9.5. Okay, so I've knocked it down from 12.5 to 9.5.
See, you know, where I have room for growth. So, for example, I'm never going to take my face from handsome to model looking. That's just not going to happen. But with enough effort, you know, if I keep going to the gym, getting those sweet gains with enough time, I definitely put myself in the muscular and lean category. That's another 2 points. As I keep building my YouTube channel, keep building my brand, you know, keep getting more influence, there's definitely potential for me to go from this bad boy, average guy, you know, weird combination to exciting professional, kind of like Dan Bilzerian does, or like some of the top-notch YouTubers. So that's another point on the table. And, you know, fashion, if I put in the effort and spend more money, I could definitely improve my fashion. That's another half point. So right now I'm a 7, but with the potential, if I put in enough time, work, and energy, to become somewhere in the 9-ish category. All right, so before we get into my big recommendations, I do want to touch on a few things. So first off, sexual market value is not more or less important than game. They're 2 different categories, and both of which are essential.
Yes, I agree. Before I would have been like, no, it's only sexual market value, but I've realized the error of my ways. I've downplayed my success to just looks, whereas I do rate my personality and charisma as well when I want it to be like that. And I know I'm losing a lot of leads because I'm not putting enough emphasis on building attraction, building a romantic connection, and building the inner feelings that women want more than your looks, yeah? They want to feel something, and that's what I'm working towards right now.
For example, you got a guy who has awesome sexual market value, but no game. Yeah, he's gonna initially meet a lot of girls, but he's gonna blow most of them out. It's gonna go nowhere. If you got a guy with awesome fucking game, but low sexual market value, he's gonna have a really fucking hard time getting his foot in the door. So again, both are really necessary for you to be successful with women. You don't want to just focus on maximizing one or the other. I think this is a big mistake I see. You know, the pickup community just focuses on game, and then you got, you know, the manosphere community, which just focuses on sexual market value. In reality, they're both important. The second thing is that there's one big amplifier.
That's why I like Alex, because Alex gets it, and a lot of these other coaches do get it as well. But there's some brainwashed guys that don't get it. Like this guy understands they're both important. This is where I created max theory. Like let's max out everything, yeah? Like so max out, you know, looks, money, status, game, charisma, purpose, everything, yeah? We're just, it's max theory out here, yeah? Max theory is gonna take over for the next decade. I'm predicting it, yeah? You heard it here first.
That I haven't mentioned yet, and that's status and fame. So for example, take Jonah Hill, you know, according to this calculation, he would be like a 2, right? You put me and him in a room, like if he wasn't famous, I would fucking, you know, do way better. But given his status and fame, he'll probably fucking get way more girls than I would, simply because, you know, of that big amplifier. So status and fame can really fucking just skyrocket your sexual market value, can make a drastic difference. From everything I've heard, it's a million fucking times easier if you're famous or you have a high status in a particular environment.
Fame trumps all, that's what I say. You can have all this and practice game, but if you're famous, forget all that. But, you know, and one thing I kind of got sidetracked a bit, I heard, you know, you hear these red pill coaches talk and they say, would she flake on a Leonardo DiCaprio? Would she arrive to the date late on like a Brad Pitt or a Drake? But the reality is you're not any of those guys. So for you to say that is so unproductive. That's what that was my attitude for a while. Oh, what, she's taking long to text back? Is she crazy? Like, she wouldn't do that to Trey Songz or Chris Brown. Am I a dickhead? You know what I'm saying? But that's not gonna get you nowhere. So yeah, like this guy is speaking, this is a good video. I'm really enjoying this. This guy is speaking truth.
And the third thing I want to touch on is that this is all very subjective. So what that means is that, you know, your particular sexual market value is going to fluctuate based on, one, the demographics of the girl that you're talking to. So for example, a woman who's 18, 19 will place a lot more, you know, importance on, you know, something like looks and body, versus a girl who's in her 30s or 40s will place more importance, you know, on your tribe, something like that, and your fashion. So again, you know, these things will vary based on demographics. They will vary based on what area you live in. So for example, in Japan or Asia, facial hair could actually work against you. While in the US, especially in the Midwest, you know, where they got the whole lumberjack obsession, facial hair is going to work for you. So again, this is also very subjective based on what area you're in, and also just based on the particular girl that you're talking to. Some girls could be all about black guys, some girls could not be into black guys at all, and some girls just could not care at all about ethnicity. So what we're doing here is we're just looking very roughly at average. You know, again, this is going to fluctuate based on where you are, which girl you're going for, and, you know, on the situation. This is just overall rough ballpark. So anyone who's familiar with this channel knows I'm all about taking massive action and improving your success in life. So that's why I wanted to wrap up this video by giving you guys some short-term and long-term recommendations on what you can do to improve your sexual market value. So short-term, we got a few things. First,
I'm happy you cleared that up as well about the different demographics. I touched on it earlier, and yeah, it's good he cleared that up. So yeah, good on you, Alex. 2 thumbs up so far. It's 4 minutes left.
off, going to a quality barbershop and having them do your beard and your haircut. I've gone to, you know, fucking Supercuts, and I've gone to quality barbershops. I can tell you for sure there's a large difference when you have someone who knows what the fuck they're doing and actually spend some time, you know, trimming you up. You're gonna look noticeably better.
Yes, I love my barber. He trims me every week, you know, without fail. I pay about £20 a trim. And I'm actually moving to Mexico in like 3 weeks, so I'm gonna have to find a new barber out there. But this my barber hooks me up. I mean, my beard's a little bit patchy, you know what I'm saying? Look at that fade, woo, sharp. Obviously my beard can grow a little bit, but look at that, Anyway.
So you can tell it's been like almost 2 weeks since I last went. You know, I could definitely use a trim up, and that stuff is going to play a noticeable difference. It's not going to take you from a 5 to a 10, but it can give you an extra point, you know, just having a very sharp haircut and
yeah, the confidence. So even if, like, for example, with this whole COVID thing, so my barber trains out of his garden, his shed. It was difficult, so, you know, sometimes you get a bit of regrowth here, a bit of regrowth here. So what you can do, I actually have a razor. So in times of need, I'll just shave, you know, below the nostrils, maybe here, keep it sharp, and that can prolong your trim for another week. You know, if you can trim yourself, fantastic, but you know, I just like going to the barbers. Eventually I'm gonna have a barbers coming to me. That's my goal, and a chef and all that good stuff. Anyway,
a sharp beard. The second thing is going to be getting a tan if you're extremely pale. So a lot of guys are walking around and they look like they've never seen the light of day. So again, getting a tan can also make you look more muscular, you know, make your facial features pop more, as long as you don't fucking overdo it and go Jersey Shore style, just completely look like a tomato. As long as you're not doing that, a tan can definitely help. And last thing is getting your fashion in order. This can also be done pretty quickly, you know, in a
and he talked about hair, but he didn't talk about, so if you're bald, I mean, I'm actually thinning out here, but I just shave it all off. I feel like I can get away with it. I think I look good with a shaved head. But, you know, if you don't like being bald, you can consider getting a hair transplant. So go Turkey or somewhere and get them to, you know, do the, like, I don't know, the follicles or what's the word called? Mine's gone blank now, but I even just said it a second ago, transplant, like, you know, transfer the follicles and grow that out, and, you know, if I grow my hair, I'll probably do something crazy. I'll probably perm it and gel it and just cut, like do a drug ball, have it long like a ponytail, or who knows? I'll just do something wild, like do it blonde. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll be watching back with my blonde hair and I'll be like, you know, this is what I was thinking about for years, and yeah. But we'll see. I'm happy with this for now.
Weekend. You know, if you don't know shit about fashion, you know, check out some YouTubers. Also, if you're part of the Playing with Fire Mastermind group, we got several guys in there who, you know, are very well versed in fashion, so you can just post, you know, current pictures of where you're at and get some feedback. But in general, you know, let no one be able to say that you're a slob or that you look like a dork or that you just have no idea how to dress. So get your fashion in order, and with these 3 things, you can definitely get some very quick, short-term improvements with your sexual market value. Next, let's take a look at
So with fashion, there's a really good guy for this. Alex Costa is my favorite. That guy is, you know, he just maxed out in terms of looks, killed it. So check out Alex Costa on YouTube, yeah?
the long-term categories. So these are areas where you're not going to be able to really do much overnight, but you know, with enough time and energy, you're going to be able to make significant progress and, you know, get a big bang for your buck outside of just getting laid. So first up, we got your diet, and that's going to fall somewhere between short-term and long-term. But diet is essential, you know, to getting to a lower percentage body fat, you know, having your skin look better, your face look better, and also just overall feeling better, moving better, and just being more attractive to women at a primal level. You know, a girl can tell the difference between a guy who's healthy and fertile or 2 Cheetos away from a heart attack. Secondly, it's also essential to follow a good diet if you want to get jacked. And that is going to be the second thing. You know, it's very rare that I see a guy who's in top physical shape complaining about how hard it is to meet girls.
Oh, I'm so happy someone said it. I'm so happy someone said it.
Almost never happens, because first off, it's a lot easier to meet girls if you're jacked. Women are just going to be more attracted to you, you know, on a primal level. You know, you're going to get a lot more indicators of interest. You're going to get a lot less LMR. So there's a whole host of benefits there, but also.
Jeez, all right, Alex, go on, son. Look at that. Wow. Now he's looking on point here. Not gonna lie. And it's funny because this guy, he would say go on Tinder and he will literally post a picture of just the 6-pack. When he was looking like the before picture, he just posted someone with a picture of a 6-pack, and like it was his, but it wouldn't have his face on it. So man, if he's showing this off, this guy is doing very well. He's got the aesthetics, he's got the shoulders, the chest, he's got the you know, not too defined, but you can still see he's got abs there. He's got the shoulders. Well done, sir. That is a banging picture. Well done.
So if you have the discipline to grind it out of the gym day in and day out, now let's set.
You see, he's gone just from average Cho to Chad. Average Cho to Chad. Anyone could do this. I'm sure it didn't take him too long, maybe a year. Like, anyone could do this.
Get you down, you know, track your calories, you know, track your lifts, and ultimately achieve top physique, then you're gonna have the discipline to also get good at game. You know, there's a lot of overlap in these 2 categories. And thirdly, you wanna make sure you build up your own personal brand. You know, I could do a whole video on this, but basically whatever it is that you're passionate about, make sure that you achieve success in that field. So for example, you know, if you're passionate about your business, then make sure your business is financially successful. Make sure your brand is well known and well respected. You know, make sure that your business is actually successful and offers you financial freedom and a cool lifestyle. You know, if you're passionate about music, then make sure that people have actually heard your music. You know, you want to achieve some, you know, recognition for whatever it is that you're pursuing, and, you know, kind of level up in that field repeatedly. So again, this stuff is not going to happen overnight. You know, it's going to take time, but eventually, with enough time and right action, you can, you know, level up in whatever it is that you're pursuing and ultimately achieve, you know, some level of status and recognition.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so just to conclude, very interesting video. I really like his honesty, how he breaks it down. And this guy has experience coaching others and obviously living the experience himself. Yeah, so up everything, looks matter, money matters, status matters, physique matters, money matters. Well, I said money already. Career, purpose, game matters, personality, charisma, charm. They all matter. So max out everything. And I hope you took some tips away from this video. I agree with everything he said. So yeah, Alex is the guy. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. If you want help making a transformation, a similar one to what Alex did in the video, download my free book, The Alpha Male Body Blueprint. It's a short read. It's literally, you're gonna finish that in an hour, and it's gonna break down the whole way to transform your body, as you see Alex do in this video. It's got, you know, programs in there, nutrition guides, the whole lot. Yeah. So make sure you download that right now. Subscribe, like this video, subscribe, and I will catch you all on the next one.